Hello, English learners. Welcome back to Daily English Talks. I'm Mia, and today we're going to focus on one of the most important and powerful skills for fluency: listening. If you've ever felt frustrated because you can't understand English speakers easily, or if you've ever thought, I can read English, I can write English, but when people speak, I lose track, then this video is exactly for you. Listening is not just about hearing words. It's about catching rhythm, tone, and emotion. It's about connecting meaning, not translating in your head. So today, we'll sharpen your English listening step by step through slow, clear examples, daily life practice, and realistic exercises you can do anytime, anywhere. Let's start with something simple. Imagine you are in a cafe and someone says, "Hey, could you pass me the sugar, please?" For a beginner, this might sound like a blur. "Hey, could you pass me sugar, please?" But when you train your ear, you begin to hear the rhythm. "Hey, could you pass me the sugar, please?" You notice the pause, the stress, the polite tone. Listening is not about understanding every single word. It's about understanding the message. Now, let's do a small practice together. Close your eyes for a moment and listen carefully. Would you like some tea? Say it again in your mind. Would you like some tea? The sound of would you becomes woulda. That's natural English. Repeat it softly. Would you like some tea? Excellent. This is how native speakers connect words together. Listening to connected speech is the secret to understanding natural English. It's not about learning hundreds of grammar rules. It's about getting used to the sound of real English in daily life. For example, when someone says, "I'm gonna go," they don't mean something new. It's just, "I am going to go." The words blend. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna call you later. The more you hear it, the faster your brain connects sound to meaning, automatically. Let's take another daily situation. You are at a grocery store and someone says, "Do you want a bag?" At first, it may sound strange. "Do you wanna" means "do you want a?" Listen again slowly. "Do you want a bag?" Now say it naturally. "Do you want a bag?" That's everyday English rhythm. If you train your ears to catch these patterns, you will understand fast English more easily. Listening also means paying attention to emotion and tone. Let's practice this idea. Listen to the difference. "Really?" Flat tone. Sounds like you're bored. Now, "really?" Rising tone. Sounds surprised. And "really?" Falling tone. Sounds serious or doubtful. The same word, 3 emotions, 3 meanings. That's why active listening is not just hearing, it's feeling. To sharpen your listening, you must expose yourself to English every single day. Not just once a week, not just in lessons, but in your life. You can listen while walking, cooking, driving, or even brushing your teeth. You don't need to understand everything. Your brain learns through rhythm and repetition. When you listen every day, your ears slowly adapt. Let's do another exercise together. I'll say 3 short sentences, and I want you to listen carefully and repeat after me. Ready? I woke up early this morning. I made a cup of coffee. I listened to a song. Now, say them again naturally without stopping between words. I woke up early this morning. Ima dia cup of coffee. I listened to a song. That's how connected speech feels in real life. Your goal is not perfect pronunciation, but perfect understanding through listening. The more you listen, the more you'll feel the flow of English, the ups and downs, the slow and fast parts. Listening also improves your speaking naturally. When you listen deeply, your mouth starts to imitate what you hear. You'll find yourself using expressions you didn't memorize because your ears taught your tongue. Now let's practice with a real-life mini dialogue. Imagine you're meeting a friend after a long time. A. Hey, long time no see. How have you been? B. Hey, yeah, it's been a while. I've been good, just busy with work. How about you? A. Same here. Work's been crazy lately. Now listen again and repeat softly after each line. Feel how natural and connected it sounds. Don't rush. Hey, long time no see. How have you been? It's been a while. I've been good. Just busy with work. Same here. Work's been crazy lately. Excellent. When you listen to real English like this every day, your brain begins to predict the next word. It starts understanding without translation. That's real fluency. Let's take a moment to reflect. Listening in English can be tiring at first. Sometimes your brain feels overloaded. That's okay. You're training a muscle, your listening muscle. Just like in the gym, progress takes time and consistency. Here's a daily practice you can try. Pick one short English clip, maybe from a movie, a YouTube channel, or an English podcast, just 1 or 2 minutes long. Listen without subtitles first. Try to catch the main idea. Then listen again with subtitles and notice what you missed. Then listen one last time without subtitles. This time, you'll understand more. This method, called active listening, is one of the most powerful tools for fluency. Let's practice comprehension now. I'll say a short paragraph, and you'll try to imagine the meaning in your mind. It was raining outside. I grabbed my umbrella and walked to the bus stop. The streets were quiet and the air smelled fresh. I could hear the soft sound of water hitting the leaves. Now picture it, don't translate it, just feel the image. This is what real listening is, connecting sound to image, not word to translation. Try shadowing this paragraph. Speak right after me. It was raining outside. I grabbed my umbrella. I walked to the bus stop. The streets were quiet. The air smelled fresh. I could hear the water hitting the leaves. Excellent work. This is how you develop listening and speaking together. Another key tip: listen to different accents. English is spoken in many ways around the world. British, American, Australian, Indian, African. Each has unique rhythm and sound. Don't worry if you don't understand all at once. The more you expose your ears, the more adaptable they become. Listening to one accent only is like eating one food every day. You'll get bored and limited. Try variety. You can also use short listening challenges in your day. For example, listen to one English sentence and write down what you hear. Then check the transcript. Do this 5 minutes daily and your ears will sharpen fast. Listening is like meditation. You must be fully present. No multitasking, no distraction. Just listening with attention. When you truly listen, your brain learns in silence. All right, let's slow down for one last short practice before we move forward. I'll describe a short morning routine, and you'll listen carefully. I wake up at 6. I stretch my arms. I open the window and take a deep breath. Then I go to the kitchen and make breakfast. I like eggs and toast with a cup of tea. Now repeat slowly, sentence by sentence, feeling the rhythm and tone. Excellent. Remember, listening is not a talent, it's a habit. Every word you listen to adds another drop to your English ocean. Don't chase speed, chase understanding. Take a deep breath. Relax. You're learning beautifully. You've already taken the first big step. You are listening carefully. Every word you hear now is helping you build the foundation of your English understanding. Let's start with something very simple but very powerful. Focused listening. When you listen to someone speaking English, try to notice not just the words, but the rhythm of their sentences. Every language has its own music. English has ups and downs, soft and strong beats, fast and slow moments. When you learn to hear this rhythm, your comprehension improves naturally. Let's practice together. I'll say a few short sentences. Try to notice where my voice goes up and down. What are you doing today? I'm going to the park. It's a beautiful morning. I might meet my friends later. Can you hear it? The rise, the fall, the melody of English. This is the sound you should learn to love and follow. Many learners think listening means focusing on vocabulary, but the truth is, rhythm is what helps you recognize meaning faster. For example, even if you don't know every word, you can guess what's happening by listening to tone and pattern. If someone says, "Oh no, not again," you instantly understand frustration. Or if someone says, "That's amazing," you feel excitement even before understanding the words fully. Listening is about feeling the message, not translating it word by word. So whenever you listen, ask yourself, what's the feeling behind the voice? Is it happy, tired, surprised, worried, or relaxed? Your ears must become emotional sensors, not just translators. Now, let's do a practice exercise to sharpen that emotional listening skill. I'll say a sentence in 3 different tones, and you try to guess the meaning. Ready? I can't believe it, said in a happy tone means excitement or joy. I can't believe it, in a disappointed tone means sadness. I can't believe it, in a neutral tone means calm disbelief. Did you feel the difference? That's real listening, understanding emotion through sound. You can practice this with any movie or show. Don't focus on subtitles first. Just listen and feel what the characters express through their voices. The way they say something tells you so much more than just words. Let's try another practical activity. Close your eyes and imagine this short story as I say it. It's early morning. The alarm rings softly. You open your eyes slowly. Outside, you hear birds singing. You walk to the kitchen and turn on the kettle. The water begins to boil and the sound fills the quiet room. Now, think about what you just heard. Did you see it? Did you imagine the sounds? That's active listening, connecting sound to imagination. Now, repeat softly after me, shadowing my words. It's early morning. The alarm rings softly. You open your eyes slowly. You hear birds singing. You walk to the kitchen. The water begins to boil. Great. Every time you do this, you train your brain to listen deeply and speak naturally. Here's another daily life practice tip. When you listen to English, don't try to understand everything at once. Focus on catching keywords. For example, in the sentence, I met my friend at the cafe for lunch. The keywords are met friend, cafe, lunch. Even if you miss at the or for, you still understand the main idea. That's how real-world listening works. Our brain always focuses on important sounds first. Let's practice this now. I'll read a few sentences slowly, and you'll pick the key words. I watched a movie last night with my sister. The key words? Watched movie last night, sister. Good. He called me this morning to talk about his new job. Keywords? Called morning, new job? Excellent. We're planning a trip to the mountains next month. Keywords? Planning, trip, mountains, next month? Perfect. That's how you train your brain to listen smartly, not painfully. Now, let's talk about one common listening mistake: focusing too hard. Many learners listen with tension. Their eyebrows tighten, they lean forward, and they panic when they don't understand a word. But language is a flow. If you freeze on one word, you lose the next 10. So, when you listen, relax your mind and body. Let English pass through you like water. The meaning will come naturally. Let's test your relaxed listening with a short paragraph. Just listen, don't analyze. The sun was shining through the trees. A gentle breeze moved the leaves. A small child ran across the garden, laughing as he chased a butterfly. You probably understood most of it, without translating, without pressure. That's your natural comprehension growing. Now repeat softly after me, focusing on the sound, not the meaning. The sun was shining through the trees. A gentle breeze moved the leaves. A small child ran across the garden. He laughed as he chased a butterfly. That's perfect. Here's another fun practice idea you can do daily: echo listening. Play a short English audio clip and immediately repeat what you hear like an echo. You don't need to be perfect. Just try to match rhythm and tone. For example, listen to "What are you doing later?" and repeat immediately. It trains your ear and your tongue together. That's how children learn languages so quickly. Listening is also connected to patience. Sometimes you'll listen to something 5 times and still miss a word. That's normal. Every time you listen again, your brain notices something new: a sound, a pattern, a connection. Listening is not one-time learning. It's layering understanding bit by bit. Let's do a detailed daily conversation practice now. I'll read both parts slowly. A. Hi, excuse me. Could you tell me where the nearest bus stop is? B. Sure, it's just around the corner next to the bakery. A. Oh, thank you so much. B. No problem. Have a nice day. Now listen again carefully and repeat after each line. Feel how polite, calm, and clear it sounds. Hi, excuse me. Could you tell me where the nearest bus stop is? Sure. It's just around the corner. Next to the bakery. Thank you so much. No problem. Have a nice day. Perfect. This is how everyday listening practice should feel: simple, natural, and clear. Listening practice doesn't need to be complex. You can even train your ear with background English. Let English play around you while cleaning, cooking, or walking. Even if you're not paying full attention, your subconscious mind picks up rhythm and tone. Slowly, you'll start noticing you understand phrases without effort. Now let's try something more challenging. I'll say a paragraph at a natural speed. Try to focus on the main idea, not every word. Yesterday, I went to a new restaurant downtown. The food was delicious and the atmosphere was cozy. I met a few friends there and we spent hours talking and laughing. Did you catch the main idea? You probably understood. It's about eating at a restaurant and spending time with friends. That's real listening. You don't need perfection, you need connection. Let's repeat this practice, but slower for shadowing. Yesterday, I went to a new restaurant downtown. The food was delicious. The atmosphere was cozy. I met a few friends there. We spent hours talking and laughing. Good job. Another trick for sharpening listening is paying attention to linking sounds. In English, words often connect, like want to becomes wanna, going to becomes gonna, and let me becomes lemme. These shortcuts make English sound fast, but once you recognize them, everything becomes easier. Let's try a short linking practice. Repeat after me. I want to go home. I'm gonna call you later. Let me see that. Gotta hurry up. Kinda tired today. Good. These are real sounds of everyday English. When you listen to them often, your ears catch the flow automatically. You can also improve your listening by reading aloud. When you read aloud, you hear your own pronunciation, rhythm, and sound. It helps your ears match your mouth. It's a loop of learning. The more you hear yourself, the better you understand others. Here's a simple exercise to end this part. Read these sentences out loud with me and listen carefully as you speak. I love walking by the river. The sound of the water is relaxing. Sometimes I listen to music and think about my dreams. English feels easier when I enjoy the moment. Beautiful. You're doing wonderful work so far. Your listening is growing. Your awareness is deepening. And your English understanding is becoming more natural each minute. Take a slow breath. Let your mind absorb the sound of English. Don't rush. Learning to listen is like learning to dance. It's about rhythm, not speed. The more you move with the sound, the better your understanding will be. You're becoming a sharper listener already. Let's keep that focus, that calm, and that curiosity as we continue this journey together. You're doing amazing so far. Every word, every phrase you've listened to is shaping your English ear. Listening is like watering a plant. It grows silently but surely. You don't always see instant progress, but inside your brain, connections are forming every day. Let's begin this part by thinking about focus again. Good listening doesn't happen when you force it. It happens when you relax into it. Imagine you're sitting on a quiet train, watching trees go by. That calm, steady attention, that's how you should listen to English. You're not chasing every word. You're absorbing the rhythm. Now, let's do a warm-up listening exercise. I'll tell you a short story. Try to picture it in your mind without translating. It's a Saturday morning. The sky is bright and clear. You walk outside to buy some bread. The street is peaceful. A man is watering his garden. A dog barks softly in the distance. You smile and say, "Good morning." Did you see it in your imagination? That's excellent. Because when you imagine while listening, you create emotional memory. Your brain remembers the sound through feeling and image. Let's shadow this scene now. Repeat softly after me. It's a Saturday morning. The sky is bright and clear. You walk outside to buy some bread. The street is peaceful. A man is watering his garden. A dog barks softly in the distance. You smile and say, "Good morning." Perfect. When you shadow English, you're training your listening and speaking at the same time. It's one of the most effective fluency techniques ever discovered. The secret is, don't just repeat words, feel them. Feel the tone, the emotion, the rhythm. Now let's focus on speed. Many learners say, native speakers talk too fast. But what really happens is, your brain hasn't yet learned to hear the patterns inside that speed. The good news is, English has rhythm, and rhythm is predictable. If you train your ear to catch rhythm, fast English will suddenly make sense. Let's practice this with a short example. Slow version first. What are you doing tonight? Now, natural speed. What you doing tonight? It sounds fast, right? But it's not more information. It's just connected and smooth. The trick is to stop listening for every single word and start listening for chunks of sound. Let's do a short chunk practice. I'll say the sentence in groups. Listen carefully. I want to go. That's one chunk. To the movies. That's another chunk. With my friends. Another. So the full line becomes, I want to go to the movies with my friends. Try saying it with me. I want to go to the movies with my friends. Excellent. That's how fluent English works. Words come in small sound groups, not separately. Another useful method to sharpen listening is noticing repetition. In every English conversation, you'll hear repeated words like, you know, I mean, actually, right, well, so, and yeah. These are fillers that carry rhythm, not meaning. You can ignore them when listening to get to the main idea. Let's try this with a real-life mini-dialogue. Listen carefully. A. So, yeah, I mean, I was thinking we could maybe go out later. B. Oh, yeah, sure, that sounds nice. A. Right, maybe around 7? B. Yeah, that works. If you focus only on the key words, thinking, go out later 7, works. You already understand the message. You didn't need every filler. So next time you listen, don't panic when you hear or you know. Just focus on the action words and ideas. Now let's turn this into a shadowing activity. Repeat each line with natural pauses. So, yeah, I mean, I was thinking we could maybe go out later. Oh, yeah, sure, that sounds nice. Right, maybe around 7? Yeah, that works. Very good. To build your listening strength, use repetition listening daily. That means listen to one small audio again and again, 5, even 10 times. At first, you'll only understand a few words. The second time, more. The third time, your brain begins to predict the next phrase. By the 5th or 6th time, you understand completely, not because you memorized, but because your ears adjusted. Let's try a short practice paragraph for this. I walked through the park today. The trees were green and the wind felt cool. Children were playing near the fountain, and I stopped to watch them for a while. Listen again. I walked through the park today. The trees were green and the wind felt cool. Children were playing near the fountain, and I stopped to watch them for a while. One more time. I walked through the park today. The trees were green and the wind felt cool. Children were playing near the fountain, and I stopped to watch them for a while. Now, do you notice how each time the meaning becomes clearer? That's repetition power. Listening is also about anticipation. When you listen to English, your brain tries to guess what's coming next. That's how you understand naturally. For example, if you hear, I'm so tired, I need to, your brain automatically expects rest or sleep. This guessing skill comes only from regular listening. It makes your brain faster and more fluent. Let's test it together. I'll say the beginning of a sentence, and you try to complete it in your mind. I'm so hungry, I want to eat. It's cold outside, so I'll wear a jacket. I can't find my phone. Maybe I left it somewhere. That's perfect. This is how your brain learns to process English like a native, predicting meaning through context. Let's do another calming listening visualization. Imagine this scene. You're sitting near a window. It's raining softly outside. You can hear drops tapping against the glass. You take a sip of warm tea. The sound of the rain makes you feel calm and peaceful. Can you feel that moment? You listened, imagined, and understood effortlessly. That's real English connection. Now, shadow with me. You're sitting near a window. It's raining softly outside. You can hear drops tapping against the glass. You take a sip of warm tea. The sound of the rain makes you feel calm and peaceful. Excellent. Listening to sounds in nature, music, or voices helps train your English rhythm too. Because English, like music, has beats and melody. The more you feel that melody, the faster your comprehension grows. Another very powerful way to improve your listening is to use story-based practice. Short stories are wonderful because they use real emotions, daily actions, and simple flow. Let's try one together. Anna woke up late today. She looked at the clock and realized she had only 20 minutes to get ready for work. She rushed to the bathroom, brushed her teeth quickly, and got dressed. On the way out, she grabbed a slice of bread and ran to catch the bus. Luckily, she made it just in time. Now, instead of translating, imagine every part clearly. The alarm clock, the rush, the bus, the relief. That mental picture connects sound with memory. Let's shadow this short story now. Anna woke up late today. She looked at the clock. She had only 20 minutes to get ready. She brushed her teeth quickly. She got dressed fast. She grabbed a slice of bread. She ran to catch the bus. She made it just in time. Beautiful. When you practice stories like this, your listening grows naturally. You learn not just vocabulary, but how words sound together in real moments. Now, let's talk about an important mindset shift. Listen to understand the situation, not the sentence. In real life, people speak with background noise, emotion, and sometimes fast rhythm. You can't catch every word, but you can always catch the situation, where they are, what's happening, what the feeling is. That's what real communication is built on. Let's practice this skill through imagination. Listen carefully. A phone is ringing. Someone answers quickly and says, "Hello? Yes, speaking? Oh, hi. How are you?" The tone changes to happy. You may not hear all words clearly, but you understood the situation. Someone answered a friendly phone call. That's what matters most. Let's shadow again for listening rhythm. A phone is ringing. Someone answers quickly. They say, "Hello, yes, speaking." The tone changes to happy. Perfect. Listening to emotions helps you understand even when words disappear. That's why your practice should include different tones: tired, excited, bored, surprised, polite. Here's a mini tone exercise. I'll say one line with 5 different tones. Oh, really? First, surprised. Oh, really? Second, sarcastic. Oh, really? Third, happy. Oh, really? Fourth, confused. Oh, really? Fifth, bored. Oh, really? Did you notice how meaning changed without changing words? That's the beauty of listening with feeling. Let's do one final short shadowing story to complete this part. It was late evening. The city lights were shining outside the window. She sat quietly with her book, listening to soft music. The sound of traffic faded as her mind relaxed. Repeat softly after me. It was late evening. The city lights were shining outside the window. She sat quietly with her book. She listened to soft music. The sound of traffic faded. Her mind relaxed. Excellent. Every time you listen and imagine like this, your English understanding becomes more alive. You're not just hearing, you're feeling English. Remember this truth. The best listeners don't focus harder, they relax deeper. When you relax, your brain processes sound faster and clearer. So breathe deeply, trust the process, and let the sound of English guide you gently toward fluency. You're still here, listening closely. That's the spirit that builds real fluency. The more you listen with patience and awareness, the sharper your English understanding becomes. Listening is a journey, not a test. And each time you give your full attention, you move one step closer to natural English comprehension. Let's begin this part by focusing on something deeply important. Listening for patterns, not perfection. Every language has patterns. When you begin to notice how English repeats sentence shapes and sound rhythms, you'll realize that listening is easier than you thought. Let's try a simple pattern practice. I'll say a few sentences that share a rhythm. Listen carefully. I'm going to the market. I'm going to the office. I'm going to the gym. You see? The structure is the same. Only one or two words change. So when you hear, I'm going to, your brain can already predict what's next. That's why listening to patterns is more powerful than memorizing words. Let's build a new set of patterns together. Can you help me? Can you call me? Can you tell me? Can you show me? Again, the pattern stays. The meaning shifts with one word. Try repeating them with me slowly. Can you help me? Can you call me? Can you tell me? Can you show me? Perfect. This kind of repetition trains your ear to catch familiar shapes of sound. Now let's move to daily listening situations. Imagine you're at a coffee shop. The barista says, "What can I get for you today?" Then, "Would you like that hot or iced? Do you want anything else?" That'll be $5. Each sentence has its own pattern, tone, and speed. When you hear them again and again in real life or practice audios, your ears start predicting automatically. That's how understanding becomes effortless. Let's make this an interactive moment. I'll play both roles so you can shadow the entire mini dialogue. A. Hi there, what can I get for you today? B. Hi, I'd like a latte, please. A. Would you like that hot or iced? B. Hot, please. A. Anything else? B. No, that's all. A. All right, that'll be $5. B. Here you go, thank you. A. Thanks, have a great day. Now repeat slowly after each line, imagining the tone of friendliness and politeness. Hi there, what can I get for you today? Hi, I'd like a latte, please. Would you like that hot or iced? Hot, please. Anything else? No, that's all. All right, that'll be $5. Here you go, thank you. Thanks. Have a great day. Wonderful. Listening practice like this not only trains your ear, it teaches your brain what to expect in common situations. The more predictable English becomes, the easier it feels to listen to fast speech. Now, let's shift our attention to the music of stress and intonation. In English, not every word is equally important. Some are stressed, some are softer. The stressed words carry meaning. The softer ones carry connection. For example, listen to this. I don't know. The stress is on don't. If you say I don't know, the stress shifts, and so does the feeling. I don't know means you're certain you don't know. I don't know sounds like you're uncertain or thinking. The rhythm changes the message. Let's practice hearing stress. Listen carefully to each sentence and try to feel which word is strong. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Each one means something slightly different because of stress placement. This is what makes listening interesting. The voice gives clues beyond words. Now let's do a simple listening rhythm exercise together. Repeat softly after me, paying attention to the beats. She went to the store. He called his friend. They watched a movie. We cooked dinner together. Can you feel the natural up and down movement? That's English music. To sharpen your ear, you should also learn to listen beyond words. Listen to silence, pauses, and emotions between sentences. When a person pauses, they're showing thought or feeling. When their tone goes high, they may be asking or expressing surprise. When it goes low, they might be finishing or calming down. Let's test this awareness with a small emotional listening example. You did it. High tone, excitement. You did it. Soft tone, calm. You did it. Rising tone, confusion or surprise. Now, repeat softly after me with each emotion. You did it. You did it. You did it? Perfect. Your ability to feel emotion in sound is what will make you understand native speakers, even when they use expressions you don't know. Let's do another real-world listening situation. Imagine you're at the airport. You hear announcements. Flight 217 to London is now boarding at gate 12. Please have your passports and boarding passes ready. Passengers seated in rows 1 to 10 may now board. These are typical rhythm patterns: clear, slow, polite. If you practice listening to such patterns from videos or audios, you'll never be lost in real travel situations. Now, shadow with me. Flight 217 to London is now boarding at gate 12. Please have your passports and boarding passes ready. Passengers seated in rows 1 to 10 may now board. Excellent. Here's another quick listening drill to train your attention span. Listen to this paragraph carefully without repeating. Just listen and picture it. It was a windy afternoon. Leaves were flying across the street. A woman held her hat tightly as she walked. The sound of the wind mixed with traffic and voices. A child laughed as his balloon escaped into the sky. Did you see the scene clearly? If yes, you just practiced visualization listening, one of the most powerful comprehension techniques. Now let's repeat the same paragraph slowly for shadowing practice. It was a windy afternoon. Leaves were flying across the street. A woman held her hat tightly as she walked. The sound of the wind mixed with traffic and voices. A child laughed as his balloon escaped into the sky. Wonderful. Let's add some conversation rhythm now. Real English often mixes long and short sentences. Listen carefully. Hey, what time is it? It's almost 6. Really? I thought it was earlier. No, the sun just sets later these days. Oh, right, that's true. Now repeat with me. Hey, what time is it? It's almost 6. Really? I thought it was earlier. No, the sun just sets later these days. Oh, right, that's true. Perfect. When you shadow these dialogues, you start hearing how natural English conversations move. Fast, short, connected, emotional. Let's do a fun challenge together. I'll tell you 2 very short stories, and after each, I'll ask a simple question to check your listening. Story 1. Tom left his umbrella at the restaurant. When he went back, it was gone. Luckily, the waiter found it and kept it safe for him. Question: who found the umbrella? Yes, the waiter. Story 2. Sarah was baking cookies for her friends. The smell filled the kitchen. Suddenly, she realized she forgot to add sugar. She laughed and decided to make another batch. Question: what did Sarah forget to add? That's right, sugar. You see, you understood easily, not because you memorized words, but because you followed the story naturally. Listening comprehension is not a grammar exercise. It's an imagination game. The clearer you imagine, the better you understand. Now let's turn our attention to one of the biggest challenges for English learners: fast English on TV or in real life. Sometimes you listen to a native speaker and think, they're speaking too fast. But let me tell you a secret. Native speakers aren't always faster. They're smoother. They blend words and drop small sounds. That's what confuses learners. Let's practice identifying those dropped sounds. Instead of "what are you doing?" they say, "what you doing?" Instead of "did you eat yet?" they say "jeet yet?" Instead of "don't you know?" they say "don't you know?" Let's repeat slowly together. What you doing? Jeet yet? Don't you know? Excellent. You don't have to speak like this, but you need to understand it. The more you expose your ears to connected, reduced sounds, the more natural English will feel to you. Here's a simple exercise you can do every day to get used to real speed. Listen once at normal speed, then slow down the audio to 0.75x or 0.5x, and listen again carefully. Notice what words blend together. Then listen again at normal speed. You'll suddenly realize how much more you can catch. Let's end this part with a beautiful, slow listening exercise. Listen carefully and try to visualize every detail. The morning sun touched the leaves with golden light. A woman walked down the street holding a cup of coffee. The city was waking up. The air was cool and the world felt peaceful. Now shadow softly. The morning sun touched the leaves with golden light. A woman walked down the street holding a cup of coffee. The city was waking up. The air was cool. The world felt peaceful. You listened, imagined, and repeated. That's real practice. Remember, your goal is not to listen perfectly, but to listen patiently. Every time you listen without giving up, you build understanding. It's like learning the melody of a new song. At first confusing, then familiar, and finally natural. You're listening better already. Let's carry this calm confidence into the next part, where we'll go even deeper into daily listening mastery. You're doing beautifully so far. The way you're staying focused, calm, and curious shows that you're not just hearing English, you're truly listening to it. That's the kind of practice that transforms your understanding slowly, deeply, and permanently. Now let's move forward into another layer of listening, understanding through context. Context is everything when it comes to listening. You don't need to know every word if you know the situation. For example, if you hear, "Would you like something to drink?" While sitting in a cafe, you already understand what's being asked even before you catch every word. The setting gives you meaning. Let's try this with a few quick examples. Imagine you're at a supermarket and someone says, "Do you need a bag?" Instantly clear, right? Or at an airport, "Please have your boarding pass ready." Or at a restaurant, "Are you ready to order?" Even if you missed one or two words, the place and moment guide you. That's how real listening works. It's supported by context, not translation. Let's practice this with a small scenario exercise. I'll describe short situations, and you'll imagine what's happening just by listening. Scene 1. "Good morning, can I take your order?" Scene 2. "Please fasten your seatbelt." Scene 3. Next stop, Central Station. Scene 4. Your total is $10. Scene 5. Would you like a receipt? You probably recognized all of them: cafe, airplane, train, store, and checkout counter. That's because your brain connected the tone and the words with familiar situations. Let's repeat those sentences together, slowly and clearly, to absorb their rhythm. Good morning, can I take your order? Please fasten your seatbelt. Next stop, Central Station. Your total is $10. Would you like a receipt? Wonderful. This type of everyday exposure helps your mind build listening memory. You hear a phrase and your brain links it to a meaning automatically. Over time, you'll understand full conversations without needing to translate in your head at all. Now let's do another story-style listening practice. It's Sunday afternoon. Emma and her brother are in the living room. They're watching a movie and eating popcorn. Their dog is sleeping beside the couch. Outside, it starts to rain. Emma says, "It's so cozy in here." Her brother smiles and nods. Can you see it in your mind? That's good. You're listening visually, not mechanically. Now shadow slowly after me. It's Sunday afternoon. Emma and her brother are in the living room. They're watching a movie and eating popcorn. Their dog is sleeping beside the couch. Outside, it starts to rain. Emma says, "It's so cozy in here." Her brother smiles and nods. Excellent. This kind of simple scene helps you connect sound, image, and feeling. 3 powerful tools for long-term listening memory. Now let's talk about one thing that often confuses learners: accents and pronunciation differences. English is spoken all around the world, and every speaker has their own rhythm and sound. A British person might say water with a soft T, while an American speaker might say water. An Australian might make vowels longer, while an Indian speaker might make consonants clearer. At first, these differences seem difficult, but with daily listening, your brain learns to adjust quickly. The secret is not to fight the sound. Just let it come to you naturally. If one accent feels too hard, start with slower ones: podcasts, English learners' audios, or slow YouTube lessons, and then move gradually to faster, natural English. Let's try a small accent adaptation exercise. I'll say the same sentence in 3 slightly different rhythms. Listen closely to how it changes. Slow version. Can I help you? Natural version. Can I help ya? Faster version. Can I help ya? You see how the meaning stays the same, only the rhythm changes? When you train your ear like this, fast English no longer feels scary. You begin to understand meaning instead of getting stuck on individual sounds. Let's practice shadowing this three-style version together now. Can I help you? Can I help ya? Can I help ya? Excellent. Listening is not just a skill. It's a muscle that gets stronger through repetition and relaxation. You can't rush it, you can only train it patiently. Let's do a little comprehension warm-up again. Listen carefully and answer a question afterward. John was waiting at the bus stop. It started to rain, and he didn't have an umbrella. A kind woman standing nearby offered to share hers. They both smiled and waited together. Who shared the umbrella with John? That's right, the kind woman. Good. That means you're focusing on main ideas, not small words. That's exactly what real listeners do in daily life. Now, let's go deeper into active listening practice. Active listening means not just hearing sounds, but responding mentally to what you hear. When someone speaks in English, don't just let it pass through. React in your thoughts. For example, if you hear, "I had a busy day today," you can think, "Oh, really? What happened?" Even if you don't say it aloud, your mind stays engaged. That's how your comprehension speed grows. Let's try a short active listening exercise together. I'll say a few sentences, and you silently react in your mind as if you're part of the conversation. I couldn't sleep last night. What might you think? Maybe. Why not? I'm planning to travel next month. You might think. Where to? Started learning guitar. You could think. That's cool. I missed my train this morning. You might think, oh no, that's frustrating. You see, you're already thinking in English while listening. That's exactly what builds real fluency. Now let's build listening confidence with rhythm imitation practice. I'll speak a short paragraph, and you'll repeat after me with rhythm and flow. I like walking in the morning. The air feels fresh and the world is quiet. Sometimes I listen to English songs while I walk. It helps me start my day with energy. Now repeat softly with me, feeling the calm rhythm. I like walking in the morning. The air feels fresh and the world is quiet. Sometimes I listen to English songs while I walk. It helps me start my day with energy. Wonderful. Listening to real English also means catching how people connect emotionally. In English, small words like oh, well, actually, and you know express feelings. Let's see how they change meaning. Oh, I didn't know that. Surprise. Well, maybe we can try tomorrow. Thinking or hesitation. Actually, I already did it. Correction. You know, that movie was amazing. Connection or emphasis. Let's shadow these expressions naturally. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, maybe we can try tomorrow. Actually, I already did it. You know, that movie was amazing. Excellent work. These small details make English sound alive, and when you start noticing them, your ears open to the flow of real conversation. Let's now move into listening memory practice with descriptive scenes again, this time with more sensory details. Night falls over the city. The lights from buildings reflect on the wet streets. Cars move slowly through the rain. A man in a coat walks by, holding an umbrella. Somewhere, music plays softly from a cafe. Did you imagine it? That's perfect. Now shadow gently with me, sentence by sentence. Night falls over the city. The lights from buildings reflect on the wet streets. Cars move slowly through the rain. A man in a coat walks by, holding an umbrella. Somewhere, music plays softly from a cafe. Excellent. Every time you listen and picture something clearly, you train your comprehension and memory together. Sound, image, and emotion working as one. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful habits for listening improvement. Listening twice a day on purpose. Once in the morning when your mind is fresh, and once at night before sleep. Morning listening helps your brain stay alert to English rhythm throughout the day. Night listening helps your subconscious absorb sounds while you rest. You can choose calm English podcasts, daily dialogues, or your favorite listening YouTube channels. Even 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes before bed can completely change your listening progress in 1 month. Let's do one final guided listening practice for this part. A short reflection moment. Close your eyes for a moment and listen to this story softly in your mind. It's early evening. The sun is setting behind the buildings. A gentle wind moves through the trees. You're sitting by the window, listening to calm English words. You smile because you realize you understand more than you did before. Your ears are growing stronger, your mind is calmer, and English feels closer. Now repeat after me softly, letting each sentence sink in. It's early evening. The sun is setting behind the buildings. A gentle wind moves through the trees. You're sitting by the window, listening to calm English words. You smile because you realize you understand more than you did before. Your ears are growing stronger. Your mind is calmer. English feels closer. That's the quiet beauty of listening practice. It connects sound, understanding, and peace. You're listening like a true learner now, aware, patient, and focused on meaning instead of translation. Keep this mindset, and your English will continue to grow effortlessly. You're doing amazing, truly. Each minute you spend listening carefully brings you closer to real fluency. Listening may seem quiet and simple, but inside your brain, incredible things are happening. Your memory grows, your pronunciation improves, and your understanding deepens. You're training your mind to catch meaning without effort, sound without fear, and emotion without confusion. Let's begin this part with something very powerful, shadowing for rhythm and emotion together. You've practiced repeating after me before, but now we'll go even deeper into feeling how English moves. Remember, English is not flat. It flows like waves. Sometimes fast, sometimes slow, sometimes rising, sometimes falling. Let's try this with a short, calm paragraph. Every morning, I take a deep breath before starting my day. I listen to the birds outside, and I feel grateful for another chance to learn. I know that even small steps matter. I don't rush, I just keep going. Now shadow after me slowly, paying attention to rhythm. Every morning, I take a deep breath before starting my day. I listen to the birds outside. I feel grateful for another chance to learn. I know that even small steps matter. I don't rush, I just keep going. Excellent. This kind of emotional shadowing builds both understanding and confidence. You're not only learning how English sounds, you're learning how English feels. Let's talk about a powerful listening mindset next. Listening with curiosity, not fear. Many learners panic when they don't understand something. They think, I didn't catch that word, or I missed the meaning, and they stop listening. But fluent listeners keep going. They stay curious. What could that mean? Or, I think I understand the idea. Listening is not a test you pass or fail. It's a journey of discovery. You must train yourself to listen without panic. Even if you miss words, keep following the story, the tone, the rhythm. Often, meaning appears 1 or 2 seconds later. Let's practice this calm listening mindset now with a small story. Mark was walking home from work. He stopped by a bakery and bought some bread. While paying, he heard music playing softly in the background. It reminded him of his childhood. Even if you missed one word, you still understood. A man was walking home, stopped at a bakery, heard music, remembered his childhood. See how the meaning remains? That's what true comprehension feels like. Now, shadow this scene with me slowly, sentence by sentence. Mark was walking home from work. He stopped by a bakery and bought some bread. While paying, he heard music playing softly in the background. It reminded him of his childhood. Great work. Now let's add some daily life listening examples to make your practice more natural. Imagine these short exchanges. These are common everywhere in English-speaking life. Excuse me, is this seat taken? No, go ahead. Thanks, I appreciate it. Or, could you please hold the door? Sure, no problem. Thank you so much. You're welcome. Now, repeat softly after me to feel how natural and polite English rhythm sounds. Excuse me, is this seat taken? No, go ahead. Thanks, I appreciate it. Could you please hold the door? Sure, no problem. Thank you so much. You're welcome. This is how you train your ear to real-life English. Short, simple, emotional, and full of rhythm. Listening also becomes easier when you train your anticipation skill, predicting what comes next. It's like reading a melody before the note plays. Let's try this together. When you hear, "It's really cold today," your brain expects, "Yeah, I think it might snow." When you hear, "I'm so tired," your mind expects, "You should get some rest." When you hear, "I haven't eaten yet," your mind expects, "Let's grab something." See, that's natural conversation logic. Your brain begins to guess patterns. The more you listen, the faster these guesses become, until understanding happens automatically. Now let's slow down and do a mindful listening exercise, this time focused on sounds around you. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes if you can. Listen to the quiet around you for a moment. Maybe you hear your breathing or a faint sound nearby. Now imagine those sounds in English words. The air is still. The room is calm. You can hear your thoughts clearly. Listening is not only to others, it's also learning to listen to silence and rhythm inside you. This inner calm helps your brain process English more smoothly. Let's come back to practice now. I'll give you another short daily life story. Liam went to the grocery store after work. He picked up some vegetables, milk, and a loaf of bread. The cashier greeted him with a smile and said, "How's your evening going?" Liam replied, "Pretty good, thanks. Just tired from work." They laughed and he left with his groceries. Now let's repeat it softly for rhythm. Liam went to the grocery store after work. He picked up some vegetables, milk, and a loaf of bread. The cashier greeted him with a smile. She said, "How's your evening going?" Liam replied, "Pretty good, thanks. Just tired from work." They laughed and he left with his groceries. You see, these small, ordinary moments are perfect listening material because they reflect real communication, natural tone, familiar expressions, and daily rhythm. Another beautiful way to sharpen your listening is to echo the world around you in English. When you hear sounds, rain, birds, footsteps, laughter, try describing them in English in your mind. For example, if it's raining, think, "The rain is falling softly on the roof." If you hear children playing, think, "The kids are laughing outside." This habit builds your English listening and thinking connection at the same time. Now let's talk about listening speed control. When you practice with audio or video, don't be afraid to adjust speed. Start slow, maybe 0.75x, to notice patterns. Then move to normal speed when you feel confident. Finally, sometimes challenge yourself with a little faster playback to train your brain to react quickly. This variety keeps your listening sharp. Let's continue with another emotional listening story for visualization practice. The ocean waves moved gently against the shore. A young woman sat on the sand, listening to the sound of water and wind. The sun was setting, coloring the sky orange and pink. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes, feeling peaceful. Now repeat slowly with me and imagine every part of it. The ocean waves moved gently against the shore. A young woman sat on the sand. She listened to the sound of water and wind. The sun was setting, coloring the sky orange and pink. She took a deep breath and closed her eyes. She felt peaceful. This type of poetic listening practice helps you train comprehension and calmness together. You're not only learning English, you're learning how to feel English deeply. Now, let's do a challenge to test your listening comprehension and short memory. I'll tell you a short story, and you'll answer 2 questions. Story: James forgot his wallet at home. When he reached the cafe, he realized he couldn't pay for his coffee. His friend laughed and said, "Don't worry, I've got you this time." James smiled and thanked him. Question 1: Who forgot the wallet? Yes, James. Question 2: Who paid for the coffee? Right, his friend. You see how easy that felt? That's your listening comprehension getting faster and more natural. Now let's move into listening for pronunciation patterns. When people speak English, they connect small words quickly. In a, on a, at a, for a. For example, in a minute sounds like in a minute. For a while sounds like for you while. Let's repeat these slowly to get used to them. In a minute, for you while, on u table, a to park. Excellent. Recognizing these soft sounds makes fast English much easier to understand. Here's a mini daily dialogue using these patterns. A. Hey, where are you? B. I'm at a cafe near the park. A. Oh, nice. Are you going to stay there for a while? B. Yeah, maybe in an hour or so. Now shadow the lines slowly with me, focusing on the soft connections. I'm at a cafe near the park. Are you going to stay there for a while? Yeah, maybe in an hour or so. Very natural. This is the sound of real English. Smooth, connected, alive. Now let's take a few deep breaths and listen to another peaceful descriptive exercise. It's a quiet night. You can hear crickets outside. The air is cool. Somewhere far away, a train passes slowly. The sound fades into the distance. You sit quietly, listening to the world breathe. Now shadow softly, word by word. It's a quiet night. You can hear crickets outside. The air is cool. Somewhere far away, a train passes slowly. The sound fades into the distance. You sit quietly, listening to the world breathe. This kind of relaxed listening practice makes you fall in love with the sound of English, and that's the secret to long-term mastery. As we close this part, remember something very simple. The best way to become a great English listener is to listen with love, not pressure. Don't chase every word. Chase the feeling, the meaning, the connection. Listen as if you're hearing a beautiful song, one that speaks to your heart as much as to your mind. Your progress is already visible in the way you're focusing and staying patient. You're learning like a true listener, calm, open, and consistent. Take one more deep breath. Let your mind rest on the sound of English for a few seconds. You're doing perfectly well. You've come so far in this journey, and it's truly inspiring. By now, your ears are more sensitive, your mind is more relaxed, and your English understanding has grown deeper than before. You're not just hearing English anymore, you're absorbing it. You're feeling it flow through you like gentle waves of sound and meaning. That's what true fluency feels like. Let's begin this part with something essential: listening for rhythm in real conversation. Many learners think native speakers talk too fast, but the truth is, they talk in groups of sounds, rhythm units, and those units always follow a pattern. Let's explore this idea through practice. Listen carefully to these short phrases and feel how they move like music. What do you want to do today? How was your weekend? Did you get my message? Are you free tomorrow? Each phrase has a wave, up and down, quick and calm. When you start listening for that rhythm instead of chasing each word, your brain understands more easily. Now, shadow softly with me. What do you want to do today? How was your weekend? Did you get my message? Are you free tomorrow? Beautiful. Each time you repeat these phrases, you're tuning your ear to the natural pulse of English. Let's step into a daily life listening moment now. Imagine you're at a grocery store. A. Hi, how are you today? B. I'm good, thanks. Just picking up a few things. A. Would you like a bag? B. Yes, please. A. That'll be $12. B. Here you go. Have a nice day. A. You too. Take care. Now repeat the full exchange slowly after me. Feel the politeness and rhythm of the words. Hi, how are you today? I'm good, thanks. Just picking up a few things. Would you like a bag? Yes, please. That'll be $12. Here you go. Have a nice day. You too. Take care. Excellent. Real-life English is filled with kindness, rhythm, and calm. When you start listening for tone and emotion instead of speed, you suddenly realize how much you can understand. Now let's train active listening with a meaning prediction again. I'll begin short sentences, and you guess what comes next in your mind. I'm so hungry. I think I'll eat something. It's really late. I should probably go to bed. It's raining again. I guess we can't go outside. I'm so tired of waiting. Maybe I'll just leave. This little game builds listening speed and intuition. You learn to predict naturally, just like native speakers do. Let's go back to a calm practice story to develop your imagery-based listening. The library was quiet. A few people sat at tables, reading or writing. Outside, the sun was setting, casting a warm glow through the windows. A librarian walked softly between the shelves, arranging books. Now, shadow slowly and imagine the places you speak. The library was quiet. A few people sat at tables, reading or writing. Outside, the sun was setting. The light came through the windows. A librarian walked softly between the shelves. She arranged books carefully. Perfect. You see, the more vividly you imagine, the more alive your listening becomes. You start understanding English the same way you experience life, through feelings, images, and context, not translation. Let's add some practice for quick listening comprehension now. I'll tell you short, everyday stories, and you'll think of quick answers after each. Story 1. Sophia ordered pizza for dinner. The delivery guy called her when he arrived, but she didn't hear the phone. A few minutes later, he knocked on the door. Question: how did Sophia finally know her pizza arrived? Right, the delivery guy knocked on the door. Story 2. Daniel was running late for class. He tried to catch the bus, but it drove away just as he reached the stop. He sighed and decided to walk instead. Question: did Daniel catch the bus? No, he missed it and walked instead. This exercise strengthens your ability to hold ideas in your mind, a key part of strong listening comprehension. Let's go deeper into pronunciation listening, a crucial step for mastering fast English. Some sounds in English connect naturally. Gonna, wanna, kinda, sorta, gotta. These are called reduced forms. They make English sound smoother, but harder to catch if you're not used to them. Let's practice recognizing and repeating them now. I'm gonna call you later. Do you want to come with us? I'm kinda busy right now. It's sorta cold today. I gotta finish this first. Now, shadow slowly with me. I'm gonna call you later. Do you want to come with us? I'm kinda busy right now. It's sorta cold today. I gotta finish this first. Excellent. You're learning the real sound of everyday English, not textbook English, but living English. Let's explore a short conversation where you'll hear those forms again. A. Hey, you want to grab coffee later? B. Sure, I'm kinda free this afternoon. A. Great, I gotta finish a few emails first. B. No rush, I'm gonna be around till 5. A. Perfect, see you then. Now repeat after me softly. Hey, you wanna grab coffee later? Sure, I'm kinda free this afternoon. Great, I gotta finish a few emails first. No rush, I'm gonna be around till 5. Perfect, see you then. You're hearing how English connects. Natural, warm, rhythmic. That's how real people talk, and now your ears can recognize it easily. Now let's practice something different, background listening. This is when you let English play while doing something else, cooking, walking, or relaxing. Your brain still absorbs the sound, rhythm, and tone, even if you're not fully focused. Over time, this background exposure builds your familiarity with English sound naturally, just like a child learns their first language. But there's also deep listening, which is when you sit quietly, close your eyes, and give English your full attention. You listen not just with your ears, but with your mind and emotion. Both types, background and deep, are necessary for complete mastery. Let's do a deep listening moment right now. You're walking near the ocean. The sound of waves fills the air. You can hear seagulls in the distance. A cool breeze touches your face. Someone nearby is playing soft guitar music. The world feels slow and peaceful. Now shadow softly, one line at a time, while feeling the rhythm. You're walking near the ocean. The sound of waves fills the air. You can hear seagulls in the distance. A cool breeze touches your face. Someone nearby is playing soft guitar music. The world feels slow and peaceful. Beautiful. When you practice like this, you're not just improving listening. You're improving your ability to live in English, to think, feel, and imagine in English. Now let's build a little rhythm exercise for faster response. I'll say a question, and you'll respond mentally in 1 or 2 words. How are you? I'm fine. Where do you live? In the city. What are you doing? Studying English. Do you like music? Yes, I do. What time is it? It's 7. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Good. This quick response exercise connects your listening to reaction speed. That's how you develop spontaneous fluency. Let's switch back to calm practice again with one final story for this part. The sun was already setting when Mia arrived at the park. She sat on a wooden bench, watching children play. The sky changed from blue to gold, then pink. She took out her notebook and began to write. Every sound around her, laughter, footsteps, birds, felt like music. Now shadow gently with me. The sun was already setting when Mia arrived at the park. She sat on a wooden bench, watching children play. The sky changed from blue to gold, then pink. She took out her notebook and began to write. Every sound around her felt like music. That's the kind of peaceful listening practice that improves focus, memory, and confidence. Remember, the more you connect emotion to sound, the longer you remember what you hear. Your brain loves stories, feelings, and rhythm. So the best English listeners are not the ones who study hardest, but the ones who feel the language deeply. You're doing exactly that now. You're listening with focus, with curiosity, and with calm confidence. Every sentence you listen to builds another invisible bridge between your thoughts and English fluency. Take a moment. Breathe in deeply and feel proud of how far you've come. Because you've built a strong listening habit, one that will stay with you for life. You've done incredibly well to reach this final part. You've listened with patience, practiced with intention, and learned with calm focus. By now, you've trained your ear to understand English not as noise, but as meaning. You've learned to recognize rhythm, tone, and emotion. You've shadowed dialogues, visualized stories, and followed sound with your imagination. You've become the kind of learner who listens with the heart as much as the mind. Now, in this final section, we'll strengthen everything you've learned by going deeper into natural rhythm, daily listening habits, and inner calm while learning. Remember, listening is more than an English skill. It's a way of connecting to people, feelings, and life itself. Let's begin with a reflective listening moment. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and imagine this scene. You wake up early. The city is quiet. You hear birds outside your window. The air feels cool and light fills the room. You stretch your arms and smile, ready for a new day. Somewhere far away, a car passes by, and you hear soft footsteps on the street below. Now repeat softly after me, line by line, letting the rhythm guide you. You wake up early. The city is quiet. You hear birds outside your window. The air feels cool and light fills the room. You stretch your arms and smile, ready for a new day. Somewhere far away, a car passes by. You hear soft footsteps on the street below. When you listen with calm focus like this, every sound becomes part of your understanding. You stop fighting with words. You start dancing with them. Let's move into daily life listening practice once more. Imagine you're at a clothing store. A. Hi, can I help you find something? B. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. A. Any particular color or size? B. Medium, maybe in dark blue. A. Sure, let me check for you. B. Thanks so much. A. You're welcome. Now repeat the full exchange after me slowly, feeling the politeness in every phrase. Hi, can I help you find something? Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. Any particular color or size? Medium, maybe in dark blue. Sure, let me check for you. Thanks so much. You're welcome. You see, listening is also emotional. When you hear politeness, calm tone, and friendly energy, you don't just understand, you feel understood. Let's now practice fast English decoding. Again, catching meaning from blended sounds. Listen carefully. What do you want to do tonight? Means, what do you want to do tonight? Do you know her? Means, do you know her? Come on, let's go. Means, come on, let's go. I don't know. Means, I don't know. Let me see. Means, let me see. Now, shadow with me, slowly first, then naturally. What do you want to do tonight? Do you know her? Come on, let's go. I don't know. Let me see. Great. These shortcuts make English sound alive. And the more your ears hear them, the more automatic your understanding becomes. Let's turn this into a short, fast conversation to test your listening focus. A. Hey, what do you want to eat? B. I don't know, maybe pizza? A. Come on, we had that yesterday. B. Yeah, true, let me think. A. All right, take your time. Now repeat the dialogue, focusing on sound and emotion instead of every word. Hey, what do you want to eat? I don't know, maybe pizza? Come on, we had that yesterday. Yeah, true, let me think. All right, take your time. Perfect. That's how natural English really sounds. Not robotic, but smooth and connected. Now let's go back to calm, deep listening for understanding long ideas. I'll describe a scene. Just listen and imagine, then shadow softly after. It was a quiet morning in the park. The sun was just rising, and golden light touched the tops of the trees. A few people were jogging. Others were walking their dogs. The smell of fresh grass filled the air. Somewhere nearby, a fountain splashed softly. Now shadow with me slowly, connecting sound to image. It was a quiet morning in the park. The sun was just rising. Golden light touched the tops of the trees. A few people were jogging. Others were walking their dogs. The smell of fresh grass filled the air. Somewhere nearby, a fountain splashed softly. Listening this way builds your imaginative comprehension. It's how you stop depending on translations and start understanding English like a native. Let's add a few response-building practices now. Quick question and answer moments that keep your listening sharp. What's your favorite color? Blue? Do you like cooking? Yes, I do. How often do you study English? Every day. What kind of music do you listen to? Soft and relaxing music. Have you ever been to another country? Not yet, but I'd love to. Good. By answering these quickly in your mind, you connect hearing and responding, the real sign of fluent listening. Now let's explore emotional tone once again, the hidden power of sound. The same sentence can express many feelings. Let's take "that's nice" as an example. Happy tone. That's nice, sarcastic tone. That's nice, surprise tone. That's nice, calm tone. That's nice. Let's shadow them one by one, feeling how your voice and mood change. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. That's nice. Excellent. When you listen to native speakers, try to sense this tone variation. That's where meaning hides. Now, for your next exercise, let's build memory with a short story you'll hear twice, once for listening, once for shadowing. Story. Isabella was late for her appointment. She hurried down the street, holding her phone and checking the time. Suddenly, it started to rain. She opened her umbrella and began to laugh. Even though she was late, she felt happy walking through the rain. Now shadow after me slowly. Isabella was late for her appointment. She hurried down the street. She held her phone and checked the time. Suddenly, it started to rain. She opened her umbrella and began to laugh. Even though she was late, she felt happy walking through the rain. Wonderful. Listening to stories like this helps your brain build strong sound-to-meaning connections. You begin to think in English as you listen, not translate word by word. Let's now talk about one final principle: listening as a lifestyle. The best learners don't only listen when they study. They listen all day in small moments. While washing dishes, walking outside, waiting in line, they play English in the background. They listen to audiobooks, podcasts, or even songs with lyrics they enjoy. But more importantly, they listen actively too, setting aside a few minutes daily for full attention. In those moments, they repeat, shadow, and feel every word deeply. Here's a small listening challenge you can start doing daily. Morning, listen to 5 minutes of English audio while making breakfast. Don't worry about understanding everything. Just let your brain wake up with English rhythm. Afternoon, listen to a short story or conversation and repeat it aloud once or twice. Night, play something soft and slow before bed, maybe a calming English video or podcast. Let your subconscious absorb the sound while you relax. If you keep doing this for just 30 days, your listening comprehension will transform completely. Now let's slow down again and practice one final visualization story, a peaceful ending to our listening journey together. The night sky is clear. Stars shine quietly above. You lie on the grass, feeling the earth beneath you. The world feels calm. You hear the soft wind moving through the trees. Somewhere far away, an owl calls gently. You close your eyes and listen, not to words, but to silence, to peace, to the language of the moment. Now shadow with me slowly, sentence by sentence. The night sky is clear. Stars shine quietly above. You lie on the grass, feeling the earth beneath you. The world feels calm. You hear the soft wind moving through the trees. Somewhere far away, an owl calls gently. You close your eyes and listen, not to words, but to silence, to peace, to the language of the moment. That is what true listening is: presence, connection, stillness. It's not just about understanding English. It's about becoming part of it. Before we close, Let's do one last shadowing rhythm practice, a short self-reflection in English. I listen to English every day. I understand more than I did before. I'm patient with myself. I learn through calm and consistency. I'm becoming a confident English listener. I trust the process. I love the sound of English. I am proud of my progress. Now repeat with me softly, line by line, like an affirmation of your growth. I listen to English every day. I understand more than I did before. I'm patient with myself. I learn through calm and consistency. I'm becoming a confident English listener. I trust the process. I love the sound of English. I'm proud of my progress. You've truly sharpened your listening, not just your ears, but your awareness, your calm, and your confidence. So as you finish this practice, take a deep breath and remember, the more you listen, the more fluent you become. Keep English around you like a soft background melody. Listen with love, not pressure. And remember that fluency grows slowly, beautifully, every single day. You've done it, my friend. You've listened, practiced, and grown with focus and peace. Keep listening, keep learning, and keep believing in yourself. Because your English journey is only beginning. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Until next time, keep listening with your heart. And remember, the more you listen, the better you speak. The more you speak, the more natural you become. Take care, keep learning, and see you in the next lesson.